Hey Flosstube, it's Zoe. I hope everyone is having a great stitchy week. How are you guys doing? How's your week going? Let me know in a comment. I would love to hear about it. We are having a good week. It's Sunday morning right now and I have the house to myself. My husband is at the gym with the kids because they have free daycare at the gym, which is awesome. It's such an amazing deal to get a membership at our YMCA and get free childcare. It's awesome. It's so well worth the money. So I have the house to myself. I'm recording this. Haven't done too much so far today. We went to Bogart's Donut Company to get donuts for breakfast. It sounds very fancy, Donut Company, but it's just this little hole in the wall spot that's about 4 blocks from our house, so it's really close by. They open at 7 with fresh homemade donuts every day. I got, what did I get? Like French lavender, I think, which also sounds very fancy, but it's just like a yummy cake donut with just really fragrant and has some vanilla icing and good stuff. The kids got sprinkles. My husband got a Bavarian cream filled, which there's still some left of, and I'm probably going to eat that later today. So that's been our morning so far. I did some stitching too, which I'll show in a minute. We have giveaway winners. So there were 2 giveaways last week. One was for the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery Spring Garden Club flosses, and the other was for Lindy Stitches Birds to the Boughs. So I will announce those winners now, and thank you to everyone who commented. I looked through all your comments, I tallied them up, I did a random number generator, and then I picked a random winner for each of those. So for the first one, let's do the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery flosses first. So this is the pattern Spring Garden Club. I showed this last time as a finish, and I have plenty of floss left for someone else to stitch it. So the winner is Aliona Klotz. Aliona, I don't know if I'm saying your name right or not, but it's beautiful. Aliona, let me know. I replied to your comment already and gave you an email address that you can email me at and give me your mailing address, and then I will send these flosses out to you. Congratulations on winning. Super fun pattern to stitch. I think I mentioned last time the chart will not be included. You will need to purchase the chart from the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery, but that is well worth the money. I just can't, it's a PDF, I can't share my copy, and I completely respect their wanting to, you know, keep their copyrighted work just not being shared willy-nilly. So purchase the chart, but you will have all the floss to stitch it. So congratulations to Aliona. And then we have also the next one, the other giveaway was the Birds to the Boughs chart. So this is a chart. This is a PDF chart that I have paid for. I paid Lindy Stitches for this chart. I love the chart. I'm just not going to be stitching it right now, but that doesn't mean that you all shouldn't. So I wanted to do a giveaway like that. So the PDF chart will come to you in email. Lindy Stitches will send it to you in email, and I will need your email address for that. So let me show the chart and announce the winner, and then I'll go on with these instructions. So here is the chart again. Really pretty vintage, modern kind of blend sampler. I've gushed about this before, you know I like it. So the winner for this chart, for the Lindy Stitches Birds to the Boughs chart, is Rustic Threads. Congratulations, Rustic Threads. I am excited for you to get this chart. It's definitely on my bucket list. I'm sure I'll be stitching it at some point, but it will be coming to you soon. So again, I have replied to your comment, again with an email address you can reach me at. Send me an email, then I'll have your email because you'll have sent me one. I'll give that to Stephanie at Lindy Stitches, and she will send you the chart. Sounds complicated, but hopefully that's pretty simple to do, right? So just look at the comment reply, send me an email. Congrats to Rustic Threads. So that's that. So let's see, that's the giveaway winners. What should we do next? Let's look at stitching and whips because I don't have a finish this week. No FFOs, no finishes, but I'm getting close on my whip, which is the August Country Cottage of the month. So reminder on what that looks like when it's finished. Here is the pattern. I had the top part, the name of the month, and the top border done last time. And now I'm pretty close to having it done, actually. I think I should get it done soon, possibly even today. So here's where I am now. I mentioned last time that I'm really enjoying stitching this, and that is still true. It's been really fun to stitch. I really like the beachy colors. It definitely reminds me of our Oregon beach vacation in June, so it's fun to stitch for that reason. I love this coral color that's in the clamshells by the trees and in the borders. What I don't love is stitching the house always. It feels like it takes forever. I think just because it's solid stitching, and I still need to put in the window panes, but I got through it, and honestly it wasn't that bad. The roof on this one is interesting. In the picture it looks like one color if you look at the picture on the chart, but it's actually two colors, and it's just two shades of gray of DMC that are very close together, and it's stitched in a pattern. And that was really fun to see because it wasn't completely clear when I bought the chart that it would be like that. So yeah, good progress on this, and I hope to have a finish soon. Like I mentioned, I'll be traveling some this week, so if I don't get it done today, it might not be until the end of the week, but either way, it's close. So then I've also been thinking about what I might want to stitch next, and I haven't made a decision yet. I probably won't decide until I've actually finished this other pattern, the Country Cottage of the month, but I think I want to do something really small. I normally stitch small projects, so I'm talking even small for me. And I have a couple things on Etsy that I like, so I thought I would show you those. I don't know if I'll actually stitch one of these, but they're just the types of patterns that I like, and they're from two of my favorite shops on Etsy. So the first one is Hot Air Balloon from Red Bear Design. So I have stitched at least one chart from Red Bear Design before, and it was really fun to do. I really love her color design. Let me see if I can get this without glare. There, that's pretty good. So this is a little hot air balloon, and then it comes with an alphabet, so you can stick a letter in there. I might just do the M if I do it because I'm a mom, so M for mom, right? I could make that work. And if it's at all complicated to fit your specific letter into the chart, I probably would just do it with whatever the default letter was that came with it. But it's cute. I like the colors, and it would stitch up pretty quickly, which is what I'm thinking I want to do next. Another shop that I really like on Etsy is Lucky Star Stitches, and I did a Christmas tree pattern from them that you'll see in videos from last fall time frame, some of my earlier Flosstubes, and I did it on Aida and on linen. I just liked it so much. And they have a lot of designs that I like too. So the shop is Lucky Star Stitches, and I'll link to all of these in the description. And this is just like a super silly, let me get it without the glare. That's pretty good. Cactus cross stitch, very random, but my dad has a big bushy mustache like this, which was black for many years. Now it is gray. And he plays guitar. He was actually a guitar teacher for his career. So it's just super silly. It reminds me of my dad because of the mustache and the guitar, and I think it would be like a fun, quick stitch to do. So that is just called Cactus Cross Stitch from Lucky Star Stitches, and I will link to both of those below. So then in other crafts, the rest of this video will be not cross stitch related. So if you only want to hear about cross stitch, you can tune out now, but I'm only going for like another 5 minutes, so you could also just hang out and listen to my other non-cross stitch stuff. Maybe another few minutes. I don't even know how long it's going to be. So I'm also working on a quilt kit, which Where did I put the chart? Here it is. Okay, so this is a quilt kit. This is a picture of the quilt. Homeward Bound from Connecting Threads. It's a very simple pattern, but I like the colors a lot. They would fit, if you can see the room behind me, the colors would fit in well, probably with our living room actually, which is where I am. And I've just gotten started on this. I'm doing like 10 minutes a day every 2 or 3 days, like very minimal amount of time on this, which is good because a lot of times when I do quilting, I do a lot of quilting and I feel like it takes time away from other things. So I'm pacing myself here. And so far, if you can see these 9-patch blocks that are alternating, the blocks with it looks like a tic-tac-toe board, those are called 9 patches. I have all of the strips cut out for those now. So here are my beautiful 2.5-inch strips in all the different colors. I got that done. They make a very cute little strip pile. And yeah, so I have one more step of that done. I'll probably do some more cutting next, probably the other blocks that are alternating, the blocks with the red triangle corners. Those are called snowball blocks, and I'll probably do the cutting for those next before I do anything else. So that is progress on my quilt, little by little, but eventually it will all add up and get done, right? That's the plan. So that's quilting, and then I did start one other project too, which is crochet. I haven't crocheted for a while, but let me tell you, the first, from like age 4 to probably age 24, there was a lot of crochet in my life. This was like a very major hobby of mine for a long time. I'm picking it back up I think I'm just kind of dabbling in some other crafts. I love cross stitch. I'm gonna keep doing that for sure as my main craft for the time being, but just trying some other stuff out. So crochet, I am starting a pattern, also a random pattern, but it was just what I felt like doing. It's actually a Crochet Baby Doll Set, and I don't know if my kids will play with this. They are 3, 4, and 7. They're little boys, but I think they might. Actually, my husband stays at home, so I work full-time. My husband stays at home, so he's very much like a dad who knows how to hang out with babies and raise them. So I feel like it's appropriate to give a baby doll set to little boys for sure. We'll see what happens with it. I did change the colors some. So the pattern is from 5 Little Monsters. It's so cute. I just thought it would be fun to do. I'll show you one other picture of the baby doll all tucked into the little bassinet that they have. So cute. So that's what I'm working on. I just thought it would be fun. It's another one that I'm probably going to work on for, 10 minutes at a time here or there. I got this, I'll show you my storage solution here, which usually I just store stuff in like the Joann's bag that it came in, but Joann had these boxes on sale, storage boxes, 40% off when I was walking to the yarn section. So I got this to store my yarn in, and I think it's going to be really nice. It looks nicer on our shelf than a Joann Fabrics plastic bag. So I have, I'll show you the colors that I picked. Kind of random, but I like them. One of my sons loves red, so I got red. And then I got this kind of baby color yarn for the blanket. My oldest son has already requested that I add some green in, so I'll probably get some more for that. This is the bottom of the bassinet that I have started, which is using 2 strands of yarn, which I don't enjoy doing, but I don't think it'll take too long, so I don't know, it's fine. And then I started the little blankie, to a little granny square blankie. So that's my progress there. That is my full crafting update for this week. Like I said, I may not be back next week or in the next few weeks. I don't know, I'm gonna play it by ear. In any case, I hope all of you have a great week, a great rest of your July, and I am thinking about all of you and hoping you're having a wonderful time stitching and living the rest of your life. Bye.